Hi, I'm Katja. Join me today for this gentle mat Pilates class for beginners. I hope you enjoy. Stand with your feet flat on the mat so that your second and your third toe are in line with your knees. The knees are in line with your hip joints. The pelvis is evenly on top of both legs. Your ribs on top of the pelvis. The shoulders nice and relaxed and wide, and your head on top of the shoulders. Bring your awareness to your feet. Are you pressing evenly in all four corners of each foot? You can gently sway forward and back. Close your eyes maybe, and feel what your swaying does to the rest of your body. What happens in your shin? What happens in your calf? What happens in your torso? And then come back to stand in the sweet spot in between, in your neutral stance. And bring your awareness to your pelvis. Feel the connection between your pubic bone and your lower ribs. Keep that connection. Feel your belly button being right opposite your lumbar spine, keeping you nice and upright. Imagine a really strong elastic band being suspended from the ceiling, attached to the crown of your head. And you're dangling from the ceiling. You are light. And that elastic band is pulling you up towards the ceiling from the crown of your head. Keep your shoulders wide across the front of your body, but also across the back of your body. Imagine a smile going across the front and equally in the back. So we don't want to compromise the back between our shoulder blades in order to keep the chest open. So now we are going to do some roll downs. Take an inhale to prepare, and as you exhale, naturally nod the head forward. Let your shoulders come forward. The arms are heavy, and you're rolling down, vertebra by vertebra, all the way down. You can bend your knees at this point, whatever is comfortable for you, until your hands reach the mat. Take an inhale there and really feel how you can expand the back of your rib cage. Breathe into that space between your shoulder blades. And with an exhale, imagine a helium balloon underneath your belly button, pulling you up. But the head stays heavy still, the shoulders stay heavy. You stack the spine, the tailbone goes back towards the back of the knees. The pelvis comes up straight, and vertebra by vertebra, you stack the spine back up. The rib cage on top of the pelvis, the shoulders on top of the rib cage, and the head comes last. Inhale to prepare, and again, slowly roll back down, vertebra by vertebra. Imagine having to lean over a fence. There is a fence right underneath your belly button, and you are not allowed to touch that fence. Take an inhale at the bottom, expand the back of your rib cage, and exhale. Empty your lungs, empty the belly of air. The belly button pulls up, and then you stack the spine vertebra by vertebra. Roll the shoulders back a few times and stand straight. We're doing that one more time. Inhale to prepare. And exhale, the head goes first, the shoulders fall forward, the arms get super heavy, and it's as if you peel the spine off the wall behind you, vertebra by vertebra. Bend your knees at the bottom and just hang there. You can hold your elbows and sway from side to side, and really let the spine just slump forward. Let the spine get longer towards the mat. Inhale to open the space between your shoulder blades, and exhale. The belly button goes back in, the tailbone goes down towards the back of your knees, and vertebra by vertebra, starting from the lumbar spine, you stack the spine back up until you come all the way to standing. Roll your shoulders back a few times, and then we are lying on our mat. Take a few breathers and just arrive on your mat. Your feet are flat on the mat. The knees are pointing towards the ceiling. Your arms are nice along by your side, and it's your choice whether you have the palms facing the ceiling or down towards the mat. I like the palms facing to the ceiling, which opens the shoulders, but this is your choice. Close your eyes for a moment and just feel your feet, the back of your pelvis, the back of your rib cage, and the back of your head sinking into the mat. I want you to bring your awareness to your pelvis, that bowl-shaped structure at the base of your spine, where your spine meets your legs. You have an opening of that bowl, which is your pubic bone. You can place your fingers onto the pubic bone, the balls of your hands on the crest of your hip bones, and the thumbs on your towards your belly button. This is the opening of your bowl. And the sacrum, that triangular shaped bone just above your tailbone, this is the base of that bowl-shaped structure. If you do some tilts, if you inhale, maybe you feel an invitation to tilt your bowl, your pelvis towards your feet. And with an exhale, you tilt your pelvis towards your belly button. So the exhale, you decrease that space between your pubic bone and the lower ribs. In the inhale, you open the space between pubic bone and your lower ribs. Do that a few times in your own rhythm, and it's a small movement. Imagine your bowl, your pelvis, be in a wok filled halfway with warm oil. And you are now coating the sides, the south and the north sides of that wok with nice warm oil. But you don't want to spill it, so that movement is very small. And you feel a gently nodding of your head, which is natural. This is the connection between your pelvis and the head through your spine. So that tiny movement in your pelvis affects your spine, has an effect throughout your torso. Now I want you to come standing still in the middle again and press into your right foot to then let this bowl-shaped structure tilt towards the left side. And back through the middle, and inhale it to the right side. And back through the middle. As you do this movement, your knees are not swaying from side to side. They're pointing towards the ceiling. And they're doing this movement just passing each other, as if you walk. This is what happens when we are walking. Now we are going to combine both movements, and we do in circles. So inhale towards the south side, towards your feet, and come all the way around, and exhale back to the belly button. And inhale all the way around to the feet, and exhale to the belly button. Imagine you are lying on the face of a clock. So you're going from 6 o'clock, up 9 o'clock, to 12 o'clock, which is the belly button, and down 3 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 9 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. Reverse the circle. Go from 6 o'clock up to 3 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And inhale to 9 o'clock, 6 o'clock and 3 o'clock. Those small movements are really setting us up for the rest of this class, for whatever you do with the rest of your day, oiling the joints, oiling the hip joints, really bringing nice mobility and movement, gentle movement to our bodies. Now come lie still in the middle. Adjust your feet. We are now doing some bridging. So now we are taking the pelvis further. We are inhaling. So again, the pubic bone goes towards the feet. And as you exhale, pubic bone towards the belly button, the tailbone lifts off the mat towards the back of your knees, going all the way up until each vertebra is lifted, until you land somewhere between your shoulder blades. Really feel the reach of the tailbone towards the back of your knees. Press into your big toes as well as into your little toes. Take an inhale there, and again inhale towards the sides of your rib cage, and exhale gently, vertebra by vertebra, starting at the back of your rib cage. Bring each vertebra down, back down onto the mat. The ribs go first, the lumbar spine follows, the sacrum. Take an inhale at the bottom, and again peel that spine off the mat as if you peel a sticker off a surface until you land somewhere between your shoulder blades. Take an inhale there, and exhale. That breastbone melts back down. Your lower ribs want to curl underneath your heart space. The lumbar spine lands on the mat, and then the sacrum lands on the mat, the pelvis lands on the mat. Again, inhale, we do that 2 more times, and exhale. Again, the tailbone lifts off the mat all the way up. You can also imagine your spine being a string of beads. And now gently, after your inhale at the top, beat by beat, you gently place vertebra by vertebra down back onto the mat. Well done. One more time. Inhale and exhale. And the exhale facilitates the closing between your pubic bone and the ribs. Keep the ribs connected to the pubic bone as you inhale into the side of your rib cage. And exhale. That breastbone melts down. The pelvis stays up as you gently roll down. Lumbar spine first, and then pelvis follows. Well done. Now we're doing some arm arcs, which will bring the flexibility that we just brought into our lumbar spine, into our pelvis. Now we are slowly waking up our arms and our shoulder. Inhale your arms towards the ceiling, and exhale your arms towards overhead. Go only as far as you can keep the rib cage attached to the mat. The exhale helps you to keep that connection between the pubic bone and the rib cage. And then you bring it back with an inhale to the ceiling and down. Line the arm onto the mat. Do the same with the other side. Inhale the arm towards the ceiling, and exhale the arm overhead. And then you bring it back. And with the right arm, inhale and exhale. And this is really, you can take this as fast as or as slow as you like. You can bring both arms towards the ceiling and then alternate. Have one arm going down towards your legs and the other arm going up overhead. And you inhale as the arms pass each other, and exhale as they go away from each other. All the while, keep the shoulders nice and wide, the ears away from the shoulders, the rib cage attached to the mat. So this is a really nice disassociation exercise. We are learning to move our arms without the involvement of the torso, of the shoulder girdle, really balming the joint, the shoulder joint, bringing mobility into the shoulder joint. From there, we are now bringing our upper arms onto the mat, widening the shoulders. This is a really nice exercise to open the rotator cuff, which is often, as we are going through life, as we are sitting on the desk or hairdressing or dentist, all of us have a bit of a curved spine, or like are tending to hunch forward. So to do those goal post exercises is a really good way of opening the rotator cuff and keeping the front of our shoulder open. So land both of your upper arms on the mat. Imagine somebody is pulling each of your elbows away from you. So bring that width into your front shoulders. Your lower arm and the hands are one line. They are connected. So we don't want any tilting of that wrist joint. And from there, now gently, without letting the elbow come off the mat, bring your lower arm towards the ground. And again, only go as far as you can keep the rib cage attached to the mat. So what we don't want to happen is this. And then bring it back up. Take an inhale to prepare, and then exhale to bring it back towards the mat and bring it back up. Towards the mat and bring it back up. So this is the supine goal pose. We are going to do that again on the front of our body, lying prone. But this is the easier version to get into that exercise. This is following through. Bring your legs one at a time into tabletop and hold on with your hands at the back of your knees. Your upper body is relaxed, everything is relaxed. The only muscle that is really working in this exercise, the assisted roller, is the fingers holding on to the back of your knees. I want you to take an inhale, and as you exhale, feel how your legs moving away from you, pulling on your hands. At the same time, you nod your head forward, the gaze goes along the ceiling, down the wall in front of you, and your heavy legs are pulling you up vertebra by vertebra off the mat until they land on the mat. Pull yourself up, nice and long spine. Taking an inhale at the top and really widen the shoulders. And as you exhale, roll behind your sit bones. Really hollow out that tummy, being pulled away. Your head is still nice and long. The crown of the head towards the ceiling as you gently roll back down. Your legs automatically coming towards you, the feet leaving the mat. But the counterweight of the heavy legs is really slowing down that movement, so you can really articulate the spine back down onto the mat until you come lying all the way down. Take an inhale there to prepare, and again exhale. The head nods forward, the legs are moving away. Imagine having heavy boots filled with lead that are pulling you up, pulling you straight up. Sit up straight. Look to the wall in front of you and exhale. You roll behind your sit bones and gently, vertebra by vertebra, rolling back down. This movement is so gentle and can be slowed down so much with the counterweight of the legs that you should be able to stop moving at any point in that exercise. Inhale to prepare and exhale again. Your legs are going away from you towards the wall in front of you, pulling you up. And you're creating that nice C curve in the spine as you come up. Pulling on the legs to sit up nice and straight, opening the chest. And again, slowly roll back down. Starting from the pelvis, the lumbar spine, the mid spine, your rib cage, shoulder blades, and the back of the head. From there, let go of your legs, but keep your legs in tabletop. Have your arms a bit wider along the mat for more base of support. And now gently, as you inhale, let your legs move towards the left side. And let the ribs leave the mat. And with the help of the exhale, bring the ribs, the opposite ribs, back down onto the mat. And the legs come back into the center. Do the same to the other side. Inhale the legs over. The shoulders are heavy on the mat. The opposite shoulder does not leave the mat. You only go as far as you can keep that shoulder on the mat. Take an inhale there and really open the space between your ribs on the opposite side. And with the exhale, bring those ribs of the opposite side back onto the mat and the legs back into the center. And again, inhale over. Let's speed that up a little bit. Inhale into that space, the armpit, the ribs on the opposite side, creating space. With the help of the exhale, we're closing that rib cage, pubic bone connection. Inhale over, deep inhale into the left lung. And exhale back into the center. One more time to each side. Inhale, deep inhale into the right lung, back to center. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Arms are heavy on the mat. Inhale and back to the center. Come back, hold on to your hands, and through the assisted roll up, come back into seated, and now come lying on your front. Come lie on your front. Your forehead is resting on your hands. Your legs are open a little bit, just so that it's comfortable. You can rock your pelvis from side to side to really arrive on the mat, as if you burrow yourself into warm sand on a beach. You should feel your pubic bone on the mat. Your hip bones are just slightly off the mat. This is the natural position. You feel your ribs on the mat. And even when we're lying there, and we just talked about lying on the beach, I want your torso to be engaged. So feel the connection between your pubic bone and your ribs. So there is no hammocking going on. The shoulders are nice and wide. And now reach your top of your head, the crown of your head forward, and press into your arms. So we want to elongate the spine. If you press slightly into your forearms, you automatically should lift your forehead. Your forehead should come off the mat. You're just lengthening the head away, elongating the spine. And now we are in that slight extension of our thoracic spine, the spine at the back of the ribs. The neck stays nice and long, so keep your gaze down towards your hand. And then slowly come back down. So you inhale to come up. And then slowly, as you exhale, you bring your forehead back down. And it's really important that you keep the neck nice and long. And you land somewhere as you come up. Don't go higher than the lower ribs. You feel the lower ribs pressing into the mat. And then you come back down. And again, inhale to come up. Now I want you to stay there and lift your arms to your forehead. So you're pressing the hands up and the elbows are off the mat. And from there, I want you to now bring your arms into the capital E position and place them back on the mat. And your forehead is just hovering off the mat in this position. Reach the arms nice and long. So this is the prone goal post, the one I mentioned earlier when we did this capital E position, when we were lying on our back. Again, feel the pubic bone, the lower ribs on the mat. Your buttocks are relaxed, your legs are relaxed. They are happy. They are heavy into the mat. Now from there, I want you to look down at the mat. Keep the neck nice and long. And with an inhale, I want you to just on the right arm, lift your lower arm and the hand off the mat. The elbow stays on the mat and feel that rotation in your shoulder joint. So the rotator cuff is getting more flexible with each of those movements. And then do the same on the left side. Lift the lower arm up without lifting the elbow off the mat. And again, the lower arm and the hand is one continuous line. But we feel this movement coming from our shoulder joint. We're feeling the scapula, our shoulder blades, moving down the back of the ribcage as we do that movement. And now try and relax a little bit again and set up again to then now we are moving both arms at the same time. So inhale, both lower arms off the mat. Then exhale, lift the elbows off the mat. Inhale, bring the elbows back down onto the mat and the lower arms come down to the mat. Again, lower arms leave the mat, the elbows lift, elbows come down, lower arms come down. Keep doing this movement in your own time, or you can increase the challenge by bringing the lower arms off the mat, the elbows off the mat. Then you bring your spine into more of an extension, shining the breastbone towards the wall in front of you, still looking down onto the mat, and then bring the spine down first, the elbows down, lower arms down. Lower arms up, elbows up, breastbone shines forward, breastbone comes down, elbows come down, lower arms come down. We're doing one more with bringing our arms into V shape. So first, lower arms up, the elbows come up, bringing your spine into extension, thoracic spine. You bring your arms long like a V ahead of you, in front of you, back into the capital E. You roll down, bring your elbows down and bring your lower arms down. Now bring your hands, we are going to do the swan or the pre-swan. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Your elbows are up but closed into your body and they are pointing towards your legs. Now I want you to, again, feel the connection between pubic bone and your lower ribs. The shoulders are away from the ears. Your elbows travel towards your legs as you press into your hands and you lift the breastbone up to shine towards the wall in front of you. Stay there, just stay on your lower ribs. Keep the neck nice and long and then gently go back down. As you go back down, pull your mat towards you a little bit to elongate the spine and grow taller as you come back down. So it's rather than going up, it's more about elongation, growing taller, getting longer, creating space between our vertebrae of the spine. And then exhale to come back down. We're doing one more time, this pre-swan. So inhale, the elbows go away from you, the shoulder blades travel down the rib cage as you come and you shine your breastbone forward to the wall in front of you. Imagine you have like lights on your breastbone and you want to shine a light towards that wall in front of you. And as you roll back down, that light goes off again. So the next time you keep pressing and you roll up your spine all the way
until you land on your knees. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Take an inhale there, and then gently bend your elbows again. Pull the mat towards you. Your pubic bone lands on the mat, your belly lands on the mat, the rib cage. Pull, and then you gently come back all the way. And again. Prepare, and then inhale. The elbows move away. You press into the mat. You're lifting your head, the spine. It's a spine articulation, but in extension. So it's like what we did earlier with rolling up, the assistant roll up. That was flexing the spine forward. Whereas now we're doing the same, peeling off the spine off the mat, but into extension. And one more time, and then gently placing it back down on the mat. Well done. So from there, we're coming into our quadruped. So we're standing on our knees and have the arms, the hands right underneath our shoulder. Keep the neck nice and long. There is no hammocking going on, so we keep the torso engaged. If I would place a dowel on the back of your spine now, the dowel would touch your sacrum, the back of your ribs, and the back of your head at the same time. So we're keeping that nice, elongated, straight line. Now I want you to bring your weight into the right hand and the left leg, and then at the same time as you inhale, the left hand and the right leg move away from the body. You lift them up. You externally rotate your arm as if you want to shake somebody's hand, and then bring it back to starting position, and do the same on the other side. Reaching that leg away from you, reaching the arm away from you, and bring it back to starting position. Alternate this a few times, and at the same time keep the torso engaged, keep the torso straight and steady. Your neck is nice and long. You're looking at the mat as if you would have a mirror just in front of your hands. Give yourself a smile. Reach. Imagine somebody is pulling your foot away from you at the same time the hand, and reach. If I would put a glass filled with water on your sacrum now, would it spill or would it be nice and steady? Keep very still as you keep going. We're doing 2 more times on each side. You can do that as fast or as slow as you like. You can also just do the arms and just do the legs. And as you reach the arm away from you, keep the shoulders away from your ears. And press. Come back to, we're doing a few cat-cows now, but like press into the hands at the same time. What we also don't want is that the shoulder blades are sort of coming up. Try and press your spine through the shoulder blades, keeping that space across your shoulder blades nice and wide. So from there, I want you to inhale and tilt your tailbone up towards the ceiling. At the same time, look to the wall in front of you. And then exhale, start this movement from the tailbone. The tailbone goes down between your legs, and you do that huge curve with your spine. You look between your legs, and again, starting from the tailbone. It's like a ripple effect, like a whiplash. You start the movement on one end of the spine, and the whole spine follows. Doing this nice and fluent, bringing nice movement and mobility into our spine. Perfect. And then we're doing some mermaids. I want you to bring your left leg externally rotated in front of you, and your right leg is internally rotated behind you. Sit on your sit bones. It's nice and evenly on the mat. It is fine when one sit bone is up a little bit, but you could also use a block underneath your sitting bones as long as your spine is nice and straight. So imagine your pelvis being a plant pot filled with heavy soil, and your spine growing out of that soil. It's nice and straight. Close your eyes for a moment and take a few deep inhales. You can also cross your hands along your rib cage and hold onto your rib cage and feel the growing, like the lengthening of the rib cage. Imagine you have a brush attached to the top of your head and you want to paint the ceiling. So reach towards the ceiling. And now keep your hands on the rib cage to begin with, and just gently sway over to the left side and feel the opening of the rib cage on your right side. And come back into the middle and do the same to the other side, feeling the opening of the left side of the rib cage like a Spanish fan. Inhale there, and at the same time as you sway over, you keep reaching with the paintbrush towards the ceiling. So this lengthening of the torso, keep this in mind as you now reach your hands towards the sides. Inhale to prepare, and then come over all the way. Your left hand reaches the mat, and the right hand reaches over you, creating this nice big curve. You can stay there, take an inhale, and again, open that rib cage open. Feel the stretch along the side of your body, and then come back up and sway over to the other side. Place the right hand on the mat now. The left hand reaches over you, and you keep the torso nice and long, and then come back. And do a few times in your own time and really enjoy this nice stretch. We are opening the rib cage. We're opening those tiny spaces between our ribs, filling them with nice oxygen and bringing flexibility into those spaces as we laterally flexing our spine. So next time you are on the left side where that leg is in front of you, I want you to stay there and now bring that right hand onto the mat as well. And press into the left hand and feel that rotation in that lateral flexion. And you can take an inhale there and really open that space between your shoulder blades. And as you exhale, really wring your spine as if you wring a wet cloth. The whole torso is affected. It's really nice for our internal organs. And then come back out of that pose and come back into starting position. Now place both hands on your ground behind you, and then you can change your direction of the feet. So you have the right foot externally rotated in front of you and the left foot behind you. Close your eyes and just feel. Does it feel different on this side? You might be more flexible on this side, you might be less flexible. See how it feels. Sit on a block if you like. Make sure your spine is nice and straight. And I should say something to the foot. You can either have your foot on the mat, flexed on the mat, or you can rest on the top of the foot, so the foot reaches backwards. From there again, that heavy plant pot is keeping our spine nice and straight, growing out of it. And we're closing our eyes and we're placing our fingers on our ribs. Having this imaginary brush on top of our heads. And then just coming over to the right side, feeling the opening of our rib cage on the left, through the middle, and over to the left side. Taking an inhale there, and coming back to the middle, growing taller, even taller. As we then widen our arms towards the sides, reaching away from us. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, come to the side. Your right hand is landing on the mat and your left hand reaches over you. And you breathe into that left lung, opening the space between your ribs. And then exhale, come through the middle and sway to the other side. Reaching that right arm over you. Breathe into the right lung and keep swaying. And remember, imagine you are between two planes of glass. There's one in front of you, there's one behind you. So you're staying in that side plane. There is no swaying forward or backwards. It's just sideways. Next time you are on the right side, stay there. Now bring your hand, your left hand, also onto the mat, going into that nice rotation of the spine in flexion. Press with your right hand into the mat and open that space of the back of the rib cage. The space between your shoulder blades. Take an inhale there. Exhale the arm back out of rotation, and come up seated. Well done. Now we're finishing this class with a nice roll up. So come and bring both knees on the mat, tuck your toes under, and then lift your knees off the mat, and you are coming straight into standing. Have your feet again as wide as your hip joints. Your head is nice and heavy. Your shoulders are heavy, your arms are heavy, your knees are bent, and your torso rests on your thighs. Inhale there, really open, and last time the back of your ribs, the space between your shoulder blades, and exhale. We are starting now to bring the spine upright by bringing the tailbone down towards the back of your knees. The pelvis comes up, and we're stacking the spine, the lumbar spine, the rib cage, the thoracic spine, rib cage on top of the pelvis, shoulders rolling back, and the head is the last one that is coming up. A nice standing. Take an inhale. Roll your shoulders back a few times. Your crown is still suspended from the ceiling by that imaginary elastic band. And let this elastic band be your partner throughout the rest of the day. Stand nice and straight.